Hey gang, Dallas here from Privateer Press, and everybody knows P3 Presents is the best painting show ever. And today, we got something super special. We're gonna paint Defender X in the G.U.A.R.D blue live, so there'll be mistakes. Won't that be fun? John,
Yeah.
play the drums.
Wait, wrong show, dog.
That's fine, you're right. Let's get started. All right.
Hi, everybody.
We're kind of P3 Presents. We're kind of Get Your Paint On. We're kind of whatever we need to be today. Happy Little Mistakes is going to happen, Zoo, because I'm live, and normally these P3 Presents videos are shot not live, and Mr. Tony edits out all my mistakes, and then you get these nice little succinct painting tutorials. But
Mid-season break
is a thing, and Tony's got a couple projects in the works, and so we are just gonna go live and paint
because this way you don't have
thing.
to go a Friday without Formula P3 Presents. You just get the live unedited
Let's
version.
get a live do-it version of P3 Presents. Who knows? This might be what people want. I don't know. People might be like, you know what? Live is better than this. I don't know. People might be like, nope, succinct videos is where it's at. So I'm not gonna paint this whole thing.
Yeah, because this is specifically a tutorial on how to paint the metallic blue for the G.U.A.R.D.
Yep. So what I've done is I've mixed Cold Steel and Meridius blue.
Cold Steel and Meridius blue.
And I also got Meridius blue all over my finger. Oops. All right, where do I want to paint? I'm going to paint this little torso bit here. This will be a nice area to demonstrate the recipe and technique on. So I'm just going to paint this on. This is, like I said, this is just a mix of Cold Steel and Meridius blue.
Once you have a nice layer on there, why don't you turn a little bit more toward the camera? There we go.
We'll go back and forth a little bit here, see what happens. But it's a nice shiny blue metallic color. I gotta get up in my seat a little bit. And let's go ahead and do this panel as well. I'm gonna try to keep it turned toward the camera. This is the live setup, not the normal P3 Present setup, so I'm kind of adapting here. We just went with this today too. This is like, you want to do this? Let's do this. What? So this will not be quite as jokey and fun as a normal Get Your Paint On, but because we want to stay on topic here. But we will be answering questions. And I'm going to go ahead and paint this other side, even though I'm not sure we're actually going to paint the full version of this side. These little models get painted up, and then they just kind of find random homes across the house. When I say house, I mean the building. These little P3 Presents videos, models. Some of them end up on people's desks. Sometimes they end up in play tests. Sometimes they end up at home. Okay. I'm going to do 2 coats just to get a nice smooth metallic. I don't know why I'm painting that. That's what's going to get painted later. I think I just got a notification that Privateer Press is live.
It's true. We are.
We are live. Doom da 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 doom ba da ba doo doo doom. Pope Kettrick, happy Friday. Rikers Iron asks how many Defender X's I've painted thus far, and I have lost count.
It's well over 10.
It's well over 10. It is well over
And
10.
this model was just primed, correct?
Yeah, this is just prime.
No base coat other than the one you're putting on now.
Nope. Prime black, Formula P3 black primer. Shook that up. So now I'm going to, while this is drying, I'm going to go ahead and I might do another coat. So I'm going to go ahead and mix up my first shade. My first shade is going to be Meridius Blue and Greatcoat Gray. What this does is we're reducing the metallosity. We've talked about lots in previous videos. So by mixing the Meridius Blue into Quicksilver, it's not as shiny as regular metallics. And you can't really see the Meridius Blue in the video right now.
It'll probably show more as we build it up.
And then the Greatcoat Gray, Meridius Blue will drop even more shine out of this.
Yeah, you can kind of see it where the light's touching some of the highlights on the shadowy side on the, yeah, there you go. No, that's not going to do it. Don't worry about it.
But it's very blue. Okay. Just waiting for that to dry up.
The other thing we have to do when it's live is have to wait for things to dry.
Yeah, I didn't bring my blow dryer. I'm going to go ahead and put another coat over here. A little blotchy. And of course I can post a picture of this afterwards like I did with Ghost Stone.
Cross Ghost Bones?
Cross Ghost Bones. I was playing with Liz last night. We can talk. I was playing with Liz last night for a pirate ghosty Company of Iron. Still not sure where I'm going with it. We'll see what happens. Okay, that looks nice. That's nice. Llama Juice asked what happened to the one from the Iron Painter. It's actually on my desk right now. And let me tell you, it is immaculate, would be the word I would use. I want to put a little more Greatcoat Gray in there, actually.
Is that the word you'd use?
I'd use immaculate.
Yeah?
Yeah, immaculate. Let's go with immaculate.
Okay, then.
Like, it's a Jackson Pollock painting for sure. There'll be pictures of it. I always forget the blow dryer, Alec, because it's bloody loud. Okay, I'm going to shade. I'm going to two brush this. You could make a wash. You could just layer this in depending on what you want to do. Right now it's just mainly about, the idea is to reduce that metallic shine in the shadows.
You keep bumping your mic.
Yeah. Not a lot I can do about that. The mic has to be by my mouth. The paintbrush has to be in my mouth. Everything has to be by my mouth. Oh, that's too dark, yeah.
You can definitely see the blue on the shady side, though. Just trying to get those blues to show up on this camera. And you can see it on the shaded side a lot better. But the The light and this particular camera are not friends.
Yeah, this camera does not like our blues. It doesn't like any blues.
Well, it's funny because like when you were holding the paint pot up earlier, when we were testing, looked kind of fine. Frankenstein asks, do you tend to lean more towards metallics with shades of paint, or do you prefer non-metallic metallics?
I prefer metallic. I'm not a big fan. I don't think I understood that. Or was that out?
It's about 4 up there.
Do you tend to lean more towards metallics with shades of paint? Oh, yes. Yeah. I prefer true metallic metal rakers.
Getz points out that if he had rocket fists, he would not be defending the planet. He'd be abusing them to do things like grab himself a soda from the fridge without getting up.
I mean, let's be honest. Wouldn't we all?
Yeah.
So I'm going to mix my next shade, which is coal black and battlefield brown. So this is a very dark color. I want to keep it a little on the blue side, but that battlefield brown has that earthly tone to it in that deep shade. I'm just going to keep it on the blue side though. It makes for a really nice dark blue color.
Swish, 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 swish.
Swisher, swisher, swisher. We're going to put this in the deepest shadow. Oh, we're still waiting on drying. Put it over here though. And this is just the deepest areas of the model. Now, the studio version of Defender X was painted by Jordan Lamb, who did a really good job. So I'm approaching this, I might be approaching this a little bit different than he did as far as shading and highlighting.
Well, every painter's going to do it just a little different.
Yeah, I mean, that's the fun of painting. You don't have to do it just like the last guy. Like, the recipe's there. There we go. I like what's happening. Okay, that's got to dry a little bit. A little wet there. So far we're just creating these nice shadows on this semi-metallic. Right? By adding more opaque paints, you create a more semi-metallic finish.
Adam asks, what kind of music is coming out of this Defender X's knees?
I mean, is it still AC/DC?
I don't know. What do you
I
think?
want it to be. Or Iron Maiden.
Trooper, Iron Maiden. Nailed it.
I always wonder if people are sitting there like, how long is he going to go?
I know I do.
Like, is he going to do the whole song? Maybe.
Mert the Wise says, hey guys, how late am I? A little late. You'll probably want to watch this on YouTube later to see the first 2 coats.
Yeah.
We're at the third coat, which is a shading layer.
Yeah.
Currently using that coal black and that battlefield brown, leaning towards the blue side.
Leaning blue. You want to lean, yeah, you want to lean toward the blue. So I love coal black and battlefield brown mixed together. I think and even coal black and umber lumber. Really interesting colors to play with. They make great shades for some of your metallics. And I really like the look of them. So, especially like I said, I like true metallic metal. I prefer true metallic metal. I think it looks more interesting. That's me. That's a personal opinion. I'm just gonna keep working my shades right where I want them. Got a little heavy-handed with the blend there. That's fine. Let's go to this side. There we go. There we go. I'm going to paint this line in too. I'm going to go ahead and paint in that panel line. Take my life, but I'll take yours too. Do 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 do. A fire musket, but I'll run you through. Do 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 do.
Turn him towards us again if you could.
Locked and loaded.
I'm seeing the blues.
All right, next verse, different than the first. I forgot to pull a color out. Whoops, there it is. Right on top, it's like I summoned it to the 4. So the next thing is a highlight. And for this highlight, we're going to do something kind of weird. So keep up with me here. It's kind of crazy. We're going to take some of that Meridius and cold steel mix. I'm going to pull it over to another well on my palette. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm going to put a touch of Troll Blood highlight in there. Say what? So it's going to lighten the value and also give a little bit of decent.
Is this still the base of the coal black and battlefield brown?
No, we went back to the base color, the Meridius and cold steel.
Meridius and cold steel with troll blood highlight.
With troll blood highlight, yeah. And you can skip this step if you wanted to. We're just going to use it to add a little bit of pre-highlight.
Just to give us a step up from the base color before going to the highlight, basically.
Yep, first. I'm going to keep this real minimal. Just along the edge. I'm just going to paint this edge. This leading edge there. That's my fault. I was burping.
Well, at least... So what areas are you specifically focusing on with this pre-highlight?
Yeah, I'm focusing on like kind of the highlight area. So across is this vent is going to catch a lot of light. I'm gonna flip. I got to flip him over. See, this is a part of P3 Presents you don't get to see.
There you can really see that blue.
Can you? Oh yeah, there it is.
This camera's just picky.
You can see it when it shadows. It's that light kind of light, and this camera doesn't like the reflectiveness. But yeah. Yow.
That's what I get.
John just died, everybody.
Bumping my knees.
John just died.
Trotsky DM is asking how this guy plays in game. I invite you to head over to youtube.com/privateerpressprime and check out the last 2 weekly rumbles. You will see this guy in action in both games. And yes, when Dallas plays him, he does make whooshy jump pack noises. Travis is also correct. The Discord he linked in chat is also pretty useful. Ties into the Monpok Reddit.
Okay. I'm just going to clean up with my shadow line across that panel. Something like that.
Do me a favor. While you have him forward like that, try moving your overhead light around just a little bit, like towards the back.
This one?
Yep. Move it backwards. Oh, that's nice and gray. Whoa. Yeah. Oh, that's not helping at all.
Does that help?
Well, there's our ghost stone.
There's ghost stone.
No, doesn't help. All right. Well, we can see it in the shadow. That's the important part.
All right. The final step is a final highlight. Now, normally I would do this like after dull coating, right? Everybody knows I do this step where I dull coat my metals. I guess not everybody would know this. I'm sorry.
Dallas dull coats his metals.
I dull coat my metals because it makes it look more metal. Because when I dull coat it, I go back and I add a final highlight, just this little poppy highlight, and it makes it look just way more poppy. So this final highlight is Quicksilver and the slightest kiss, just of turquoise ink.
Quicksilver and turquoise ink. I dig it.
It makes for a really pretty color, actually. And this is just the final highlight, and this would be applied after dull coating, typically. And I'm just going to highlight just some edges, like so. Like that. Maybe put a little blend on this.
And now you're just focusing on the very edges of things, yeah?
Yep, just the very, very edges of where I feel the light's going to catch the most.
Because you're just slightly off camera with the way he's twisted, but I know
Yep.
that's so you can see what you're doing.
Yeah, I got to be able to see. And you can also use that second brush to push paint to the edge without actually blending it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can see me doing here.
Kind of. Nope.
It's like, I want you to be on the edge, but I don't want to blend you. I can do that.
I love his pose.
Like, watch this. Just take that paint and I push it to the edge, but I don't pull away. I just push it to the edge and just run it down the edge of the paint.
Mm-hmm.
Or the edge of the thing. And maybe a little highlight right there. Something like that.
So while we've got folks around, one of the things that I wanted to point out that I'll repeat over the next week or so is all next week streaming as normal. So we'll have our Tuesday, we'll have weekly Rumble, more Monpoc. On Wednesday, we'll have our typical dev hangout as they get ready to wrap up the Retribution CID discussion. And then, of course, on Thursday, we will do Get Your Paint On. And on Friday, once again, we will do a bonus Formula P3 Presents Live. Do we know what we're doing for that one yet, Dallas? Or is that still being figured out?
We can discuss it right now.
Word.
We got people here.
Well,
They have opinions.
while we discuss that, the other thing to keep in mind is that the week after that, we are all on our way to Gen Con in Indianapolis, Indiana. So there will not be any regular live streams that week because we won't be here. However, I believe Dallas has some things in store for some Gorilla Your Paint-Ons live from the show.
What? Teaser! All right, I'm going to clean up the area around it with some Thamar black.
Striker says he might color his Terracon tonight. I suggest you do. And remember to use the hashtag FP3MyMonster when you share those colored monsters for your chance to win getting that scheme painted on that monster by Dallas Kemp.
By me.
Live on a Get Your Paint On.
If that's appealing.
And then we're going to send it to you. And you get to have it forever.
Forever and ever. It's all yours. You can even sleep with it.
I don't recommend that.
Like cuddle
You
it
might
up
break it.
on your pillow next to you. Little sweet Terracon on your pillow.
Terracon guarding you in your sleep, keeping the nightmares away.
Okay, I want to keep just taking my Thamar black and cleaning up the spillovers.
And that's just straight up Thamar block,
Oh, yeah.
right? Yeah, just kind of doing fixing your lines.
So normally P3 Presents doesn't plug stuff, but
We do what we want.
we do what we want. I totally am excited that people are going to be turning in those paint schemes.
There's so many that people have submitted so far. Like, I'm super digging the ones I've been seeing.
Yeah, there's some really good ones. I'm really enjoying it. I'm waiting to see what else comes in.
Looks like we have a few votes for next week for more Monpoc style stuff as far as what technique we show off.
Well, I was going to posit the boiler black found on Defender X.
Okay, that's a good continuation. I dig it.
That way we just keep with Defender X and throw on some boiler black and show how we use that color in the studio.
I am very interested. I picked that color up and I have opened it and I've kind of done some like little test stuff, but I've not gone buck with it yet, so to speak. So I would also be interested.
That's
in that.
my vote, and my vote is worth a lot of votes.
It's worth kind of all the votes.
So
except
unless you
for
can
some.
outvote me, and I'm not going to tell you how many votes.
I say it can't be done.
I think the boiler black is what we'll do next week.
I dig it.
And then after that, maybe the orange.
I mean, yeah.
And then
we
after
might
that,
as well step through all those newish colors and how they were applied.
kind of like P3 Presents. You know, you just kind of pick a thing. And you just kind of roll with it for a couple of episodes.
I dig it.
All right, so there, I blocked everything around it. I've cleaned up all my spills. And I painted G.U.A.R.D blue.
Okay, go ahead and turn that towards us. We're gonna play with the light again real quick. Go ahead and
Defender X ready
reach
for
up
action.
and turn that overhead one off.
Boop.
Nope, that didn't do anything.
That didn't work.
It was worth a shot. So we'll go ahead and turn that back on.
Boop.
All right.
And that's it. That's all there is to.
Oh, there's the blue.
What?
It was showing.
If clip through. Well, I mean, we'll take a picture.
Yeah.
We'll take a picture and post it on the Privateer Press Facebook and Twitter. Yeah?
Absolutely.
Sure. And then that way everybody can see it.
And if you leave that up for just a second, I will try one more thing just to get the static shot. 'Cause sometimes that works just fine. Yeah, because you definitely don't want me doing this in auto mode.
No.
Just to show everyone what that looks like real fast. That's what happens if you do things auto. It's garbage.
Auto garbage. Garbato. Domo arigato, Mr. Garbato. Don't worry about it. We'll take pictures and we'll post them up.
We will. It's all true.
All so true. You got the recipe. And you know what? Maybe we'll do a regular P3 Presents on this someday.
Yeah.
So so that's the end of this.
That's it.
That's P3 Presents. So normally normally this is where Tony goes, perfect. One more time.
Right. But I'm not Tony.
But we're not going to do it one more time.
Because this is on the internet forever.
This is on the internet forevers and evers. Is there any questions? I like Rikers Iron. Any chance for a day at the desk of Dallas? I'm not at my desk for like 80% of the day.
Yeah, like me, you have to run all over the place because you's a studio director. So you gotta be everywhere.
I'm everywhere. I don't sit and paint all day. That's not my job.
No, it'd be like, let's do the desk of Jordan.
It'll be real quiet. It'll be real quiet. Who?
Jordan.
Who?
Okay, the desk of Brendan.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd be real quiet too.
How do we normally end these? I gotta think. I gotta get my mind. And with that, our Defender X is ready to Rex some face.
Ooh.
Join us next time when we add the, what do we say?
Boiler Black.
When we add Boiler Black to our Defender X. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more. I can't remember the
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more videos and check out the links below for more information and more information on the P3 Hobby Line.
And then we have a stinger, but I didn't say anything. There's nothing funny. Darn.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Wow, it's almost like we almost have this figured out.